What's good, Capricorn? Let me do a 9-card spread for you. See what comes up. Just gonna put it all on the table. Got a peeker. For Capricorn. Oh, this is like popping out. What? All over the place. So, first card out, Queen of Cups. Capricorn, you could have a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio within your chart. But this is you. This is Queen of Cups, emotionally balanced, intuitive, nurturing. So, I'd say emotionally balanced within yourself. Wheel of Fortune. Something brand new, a new cycle. A new turn of the wheel to something brand new. Something that could be fortunate. But it's a cycle to something brand new. And it's just. Justice comes in. It's a Libra card. Could be dealing with someone who has Libra in their chart. Libra or Scorpio. But there's going to be a turn to a new cycle. Something very auspicious, something lucky. Strength. Could have Leo in their chart. Now it's important to stay strong. Not only by physical strength, but also faith within yourself and with spirit as well. Having resiliency and trusting within the universe. Could be dealing with a Leo as well. Feeling at rest, taking a time out. It's important not to push yourself too much. Perhaps you went through something pretty traumatic and now you're trying to heal from it. And it could be within a relationship situation. Could have Gemini within their chart or somewhere in their chart, but Capricorn, you feel like you were betrayed in the past with this situation, and now you're trying to stay at rest. You're trying to recuperate. You feel drained at the moment from this relationship that you've had. It could have been it's something towards, like Capricorn, it's like you took your love back. You started something brand new. And I think it was away from this situation, and it was just because you felt like you weren't treated fairly in this situation. And now you're trying to stay strong, keep to yourself, and heal from it. From this soulmate situation that you still feel really bound to. King of Cups in reverse. This is someone who can be emotionally manipulative, someone who is emotionally unavailable. Someone who doesn't give any kind of emotion or caring, or there's no kind of dedication. He's runs away with his passion. He's not committed, dedicated in any way, and you could be kind of selfish. Possibly even playing emotional mind games, like playing with you. Someone who keeps their emotions to themselves. Two of Cups in reverse. This is a lack of coming together with us in a soulmate union. A separation. Ending to a soul contract. Because a judgment was made. Now you're looking out, hopeful, waiting for your ships to come in and hoping for the best within the future. You're cutting out things that no longer serve you because you know what's a waste of time. What isn't. Now, initially, you were dealing with this situation, this Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, and it seems like he came off wanting to give to the situation. Seemed like maybe he wanted to give emotion, and you're willing to offer your cup as well, and you wanted to stay strong within this situation. But then you saw that there was a lack of sincerity. And people don't really think that Capricorns are very intuitive, but you guys are very intuitive. And I think you felt it in many different ways. Perhaps this situation kind of made you feel really drained. Just being around this situation made you feel uncertain, and the uncertainty and the lack of feeling safe, it drained you. And you wanted to be done with the cycle, with dealing with people like this, situations like this, situations that took a lot from you and drained you and made you feel like you had to recover from it because you invested in karmic situations. But just know that these were lessons. It was a karmic situations, and it was definitely, I see this karma within the Wheel of Fortune here. It was definitely karmic. You needed to meet this person. You needed to go through this so you could find your own inner strength. Possibly some past life karma that you guys had to meet each other so you could realize something about yourselves. And it's not even really about what this person did or what he said or what he didn't say. It was more like specifically what was needed in order for the karma to play out within each other that you guys owed within a past life. It was meant to happen this way. We all have parts to play within this universe. And within each carnation, we play out the karma that we build up within the last life into this one. And karma is not about like he did wrong to you and you did wrong to me. The true meaning of karma is desire. And desire is that thing that, the last thing that you have on your mind before you leave this world in the last life and enter the next, was that desire, that one thing you desired. and like your wish at your deathbed that you didn't get to do, all of the things that you desired that you didn't feel like you got achieved, and that actually becomes your ascendant. Well, actually it becomes your north node. It becomes your Rahu, your north node. It becomes that desire that you didn't feel that you achieved within that last life, and it was one of the things that you wanted to play out within this life. And I know that it was painful, and you felt played within the situation, and you felt drained and even used, but it was needed to happen. You needed to teach each other, because when we meet these past soulmates, not only does it teach us to this situation, it helps us grow, and it activates us into realizing certain things about ourselves and the lessons that we needed to learn. And each time we realize this something about ourselves, how we collude with ourselves into investing in people, places, and things that don't serve us, and we find ourselves within a trap that it seems so familiar that it happens over and over again, it's usually that universe coming in, and it's trying to show you what needs to change. How do I collude to my own betrayal? Do I ignore warning signs? Do I ignore red flags? Do I continually invest in people or places and things that have hurt me in the past? Because you are very dedicated to the people that you care about and the people you love, and perhaps people could see that. Because whoever you're dealing with, they were not in the right energy, and I don't believe they still are. They're still emotionally manipulative, emotionally closed off, selfish, not committed, not genuine. Someone who likes to play mind games, and it was a power play between you two. And instead of being friends, it was more like opponents, and it was kind of like you were playing out a past karma that you've had, and maybe you had a very strong emotional reaction towards each other. Perhaps this isn't the only roundabout that you've dealt with this person. Perhaps it was a couple of cycles of this, and it was always kind of like a competition, like you were always trying to one-up each other. Now, you're at rest with this. You don't want to deal with it anymore. You want a brand new cycle to something new, something auspicious. But this ending to this cycle and this breaking down of this part of your life and this part of being unaware of something in the past, it's going to break you out into learning so much more about yourself. That's going to be able to push you further, that what was the things that was holding you back. It's something you're going to realize and see, and you're going to have an open road to free you up, so you won't keep on meeting people like this that you usually do, and keep on investing. And when you do invest within the situation and you see those small betrayals happen, those warning signs, this is something that you're not going to look away and ignore anymore. This was needed for your own evolution. And sometimes you need to be broken down in order to be rebuilt back up. Maybe it was false beliefs that you had about yourself. Maybe it was a fear of abandonment. That you stayed too long in situations that you knew that it didn't really serve you. At least not for the long run. and the ending happens, and separation, a lack of coming together. And it seems like you did a lot of cycles of this and you're tired. You don't want to do it anymore. You know, possibly you had a really on and off relationship for many, many years that you knew him. Probably 5 years, maybe 15, maybe 7 years. But whatever the case, you had to run into this karmic so you can know your worth, so you know when to tap out when it's done. Justice is going to come and set things right, possibly a Libra. Maybe you're going to meet somebody new. This lover situation, or you're going to have a brand new situation, possibly with this lover situation, or maybe it was just to separate from this lover situation, and it was a judgment that was made that needed to be made for you to learn that lesson. This is universe here putting you guys all together to play out this karma. And maybe there was fears that you've had in the past, that unconscious or not, that made you act out in a certain way, that made you cling and want to control. And you realize that you got a lot more control by not trying to will it with strength, but being more trusting into your faith and your future, into knowing that with it, whatever happens, that you would be okay with or without this person who didn't really offer you all that much anyway. Now you're at rest, and you know that it's time to put a cycle down, because you know that there's something better for you, because you know that this was karmic. And although even though it was a very strong pull, it was meant to have that strong pull. We were meant to come together so you could play this out. It was kind of like so you could activate something within each other, maybe opening up your perspective more into the way that you play into things, into the way that you self-sabotage as well. How do you collude with your own betrayals? But I don't think you're putting up with it anymore. You're having strength to the situation, and you're blocking him out. And even if he's not coming towards you physically, you feel his energy around you, and they feel you blocking them out too. Because this wasn't meant for you. Justice, judgment, and the lovers in between. This is definitely karmic. And I don't want you to feel like even though it did affect your self-worth, because maybe you feel like this has happened to you over and over again. But it was meant to happen. Some of us are meant to walk a path where there is a lot of conflict. It was really because not only is it trying to make us see things about ourselves and how we contribute to issues, so we can be stronger people. Karmic justice did come in, and it laid it out where it should be. And it played out like a script. Within this lover situation, this karmic lover situation, and universe came down and brought his judgment upon the people. And that's you looking towards better things. Even though you feel sad about the situation, you knew this was the right thing for you, because this was holding you back. It wasn't really fulfilling you. Instead of fulfilling you, it was making you feel drained and making you feel like you had to defend yourself. And it was definitely more opponents than it was lovers. Now this person that you're dealing with, he feels like possibly like he deserved it. He deserved to be cut out. Possibly he's going through depression right now, having trouble sleeping. Possibly you're not getting enough sleep. Maybe you could feel that energetic tie. But you know you have to put a rest to this situation, because the only way that you could bring justice to yourself is bring yourself a new cycle. Because this was not a very just situation for you to be in. It wasn't going to get you what you wanted. I see Gemini, Libra, Scorpio, Pisces, Leo, Gemini, looks like you try to be strong and you worked on this situation initially. But you found out that it was like pulling blood from a stone. You weren't going to get what you wanted because he didn't have it to give. You have someone here that's just kind of looks out for themselves, you know. Kind of get what they want, and then once they get what they want, they're out. And you're trying to give your cup to somebody, but, you know, he wasn't offering anything really to you. And that's where the defensiveness came from. Maybe he was really defensive if you ever said anything really, and he was so quick to just drop that cup and leave. And you're like, maybe you thought to yourself, wow, he doesn't even give a crap, you know? And I don't know. I don't think he did. Maybe this could have been a long distance situation, and maybe he spreads himself thin in a lot of ways, that he has a lot of situations going on. But it hurt you to walk away from this situation. It really did. And maybe you even thought about if you did the right thing or not. But you know you did, because it was becoming toxic. you felt that toxic pull, and you knew that it wasn't anything that was going to bring you anything good. Maybe a little bit of Stockholm syndrome, and possibly he even ghosted you for a little while. And you want balance within the situation, and you knew that, and fairness, and someone who will work with you. And you're not going to let someone waste your time, because I think you have something really amazing coming in. Because this needed an end, I believe. Universe came down and he put an end to this, because you're not meant to stay within this situation. So I see this justice, like universe, karma, balancing energies. Were you putting too much importance in things that didn't deserve it? And possibly even your guardian came down. Perhaps you do have a guide that protects you, and he came down and he blocked you for this King of Cups in reverse, because you have something better coming along. And this wasn't something that was meant to last. This wasn't something that was meant to last. So it's like universe came in and did you a favor and cleared this out. The lesson, karma was spent, lesson was learned. You definitely activated something within each other. This Four of Swords could even be messages from Spirit as you sleep. Perhaps you have been getting messages from Spirit in certain ways. They've been trying to communicate with you. Look for the signs and synchronicities, repeating numbers. Perhaps you're going through an awakening right now, and you needed to be separated in order for the next cycle to begin. Something that's going to be much better. And it's like, I believe karma and justice and universe is going to bring you something way better. Something that will be fulfilling this time. And as I said, even though you don't have it now, it's something that will head your way. But you had to make the decision to leave. Perhaps you were getting messages in order to tell you to move. Because you have hopes for something better. Messages from the universe. Be observant. As I said, listen to the signs and synchronicities the universe is trying to send to you. You get organized. You feel a bit disheveled. Be observant. Be observant of the messages from Spirit. Be observant of the people that come around you, the people that come into your sphere. Listen to what they say, the words that they say. Look at their life. Is it chaotic? Do they bring chaos to your life? Do you feel chaotic when they're around? Does things go missing? Does things break down? Do you have money trouble? Do things just go wrong whenever this person goes around? Do you feel wrong? Do you feel off? Soulmate situation. Be observant of the way that you feel. Be observant of what your body's trying to tell you. Have you been overworking yourself? Have you not been sleeping enough? Be observant of the people around you. What kind of problems do they bring in your life? Do they bring more good than harm, or the other way around? You have a soulmate coming in. But all because they're soulmates doesn't mean we're supposed to end up together, right? Especially if you're feeling conflict. Maybe this soulmate came in when you were feeling conflicted. Maybe whenever this person came around, you felt like there was something off, like you felt it in your bones and you ignored it. Because you did feel such a strong pull, and perhaps you didn't ask enough questions. You didn't ask yourself what you wanted from this situation either. Maybe it's time to ask yourself what you want. Why do you chase things that only bring you conflict? Was it because you feel like you want what you can't have? Maybe you feel like you're more attached to this person because they rejected you. Possibly even somebody's watching you. But whoever is watching you could bring in a lot of conflict, and even though they are a soulmate, don't wait on anybody. Just be okay with the here and now. Life is not a destination. It's not getting to where you're going as fast as you can. It's about being okay in the here and now and appreciating what you have right now. And being there for yourself. Because regardless if they're a soulmate or not, if they bring chaos and conflict into your life, I think you're better off on your own. Perhaps you're gonna come into a soulmate situation, but don't wait on it. Perhaps you're getting prepared for someone, the next one coming in, but you have to work on yourself now. And that's by directing your thoughts, by thinking positively, by appreciating every day that you have, and say thanks for everything that you have. That alone will change your perspective, because you have a lot of gifts coming in. Ooh, this looks good. And this past situation, I believe it's at your back, and you're going to have something amazing coming in. And it's good that it's time for you to get prepared. not really just get prepared, but you know, take care of yourself now. Be okay in the now. Yeah, this looks like good stuff. I think you got a new soulmate coming in. Just be careful. Watch what they're bringing into you and just be observant. But from what I see here, it looks like the universe is going to give you something actually worth having this time. You know, that may seem hard to believe, but given our luck lately, as a Scorpio in myself, but from what I see, this was just a trial run, and whatever you end up with is going to be way better than what you thought you wanted with this past situation. But that's what I have for you, Capricorn. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you want, donate below. I'll talk to you later.